Welcome to the Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy. Today we're going to finish our part 2 to our Browning semi-auto shotgun cleaning. Keep in mind, this is going to pertain to most of your semi-auto shotguns. I'm just doing it because I have the Browning maxus. But we're going to jump into that now and get started on part 2. Okay guys, I hope this is a good enough camera angle where you can see everything. But as you can see, I got the forearm on here. And we're gonna pretend that the barrel was in right now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip this button on here. Now on a regular semi-auto shotgun, there's a magazine cap that's here. You'd unscrew that to take this off. But this is a new design on the maxus, which is cool. It's like a over-under. You flip this lever, slide your forearm off. Okay, we'll set this out of the way. Okay, now you can get into it. Now it's... Don't mind that, it was a fucking board that fell. Alright, so now it's just like any other semi-automatic shotgun. You're going to have your gas-operated piston. You're going to slide this off. Now we already cleaned this in the first video. I'm going to put this aside. This is the gas cylinder spring. Put that aside. Let's not forget, here's our choke tube. Already cleaned, that's all cleaned and ready to rock for the barrel. Okay, now we can get into the disassembly of the action. Now, first things first, I have a shell catcher on here. As you can see, this is going to be in the way. So what we can do is just flip it up, and I can take it right off. So we're going to get that out of the way. Just wait here, you can get a good view of it. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull out your bolt lever. This just pulls right out. It's not held by, there's just a little dimple in there that holds it in. So you just grab that firmly and just give it a pull. It'll come right out. Now, you're not going to be able to slide your bolt out of the gun until you take these two pins out. You got to drive these two pins out and take your trigger group out. Now, I need to get myself a real hammer. I'm using fucking Tonka tools here. But I take a small Phillips screwdriver because it fits inside. There's little dimples in here. It fits right in the dimple of these pins. So you're not going to scratch up your gun or screw up your gun. So just get it started. They come out super easy. Just give them a tap. Okay, they're already started. Now you'll grab it on the other end. Comes right out. There's two pins. Take your second pin out. Set that aside. Set your fucking Tonka tools aside. I gotta get myself a real rubber mallet. Now your trigger group is going to drop right down and come out. Now this is your whole trigger group. There's the buck mark, the Browning. That's their signature buck mark on the bottom of all their triggers. Their trigger guards, I'm sorry. So your trigger group is out. This is already cleaned. I've already cleaned this now. Like I said on the first one, I don't want to show you, repetitious shit of, me spraying it and cleaning it with a toothbrush like a fucking nut. So this is all cleaned and ready to go. Your big thing here is this is your shell elevator when you're sending shells into your magazine tube. Clean this. This is going to have a lot of powder, a lot of residue on it. So this is a big thing to clean. All right, so we'll put that aside. There was one other thing I wanted to tell you on that. No, we're good there. Okay, now you can slide your bolt out. You slide it forward. Now here's your bolt assembly. This comes in two pieces. Here's the top bolt. This is the bolt slide and the bolt slide link, which just ties into your trigger. Now, this is your firing pin. See that there? That's what hits your Winchester 209 primer and makes it go boom. So, if this is dirty and fouled, there's nothing worse than having a gun when you pull the trigger and it doesn't go boom. So, after this is all cleaned up, like I said, any kind of gun oil or good old WD-40, give it a nice little blast when you're going to reassemble this. Now, I recently just cleaned all this before I started rolling here. And see all the fouling? All that big heavy flake and chip, that's all unused gunpowder. And it sprays right out. I mean, you get some other fouling in there, but if you keep on top of it, it's not half bad. I mean, as you saw, I just took this apart. It stripped down to nothing in a matter of minutes. Now this is your magazine tube. This, where the gas cylinder goes, You see right here, this heavy black mark here. I'll take care of that with the Dremel. And maybe one day we'll do another video on that, and I'll show you really how to get into cleaning that. But for today's part 2 to this video, we're not going to get into that. But the main thing on this is get this real clean, and you want to give this a good coat of oil, because when you slide your spring back on for reassembly, and now the gas piston goes on. This piston slides back and forth. That's what makes your action work, along with the 2 holes in the barrel, as I explained in part 1. All that stuff's got to be clean. If this gas cylinder doesn't actuate, you're gonna have jam ups. Nothing's gonna work correctly. So that's key to get that clean. Now inside, as far as inside the gun itself, there's 2 tracks in here that the bolt slides in. Those you want to make sure you got a good coat of oil in there. Now look at that chunk of shit I missed in there. Now there's a piece of the the toothbrush in there. I'll blow this off with air probably before I reassemble it anyway, but we're just going to do this for demonstration purposes today. Now, like I said, where this bolt slide link goes inside there, you see the track here? It rides inside another track inside here. Make sure there's plenty of oil on that, because this thing cycles back and forth as you're firing it. And that's got to be really clean and oiled. So we'll assume that we oiled everything. We oiled all the stuff that I was talking about. And we're going to reassemble. Now, on the reassembly part, you're going to take your top bolt and your bolt slide and the link. Set this together, just like that. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your trigger group partially in place, because this trigger mechanism has to go through the center of the bolt link. See that opening? It's got to go through that, otherwise it's not going to work. So now when we're putting this back together, you're going to want to stick the ass end of your trigger group back in there, just like that. Leave it half hanging out a little bit. Now you're going to come in here and you're going to line up your bolt and just push it back till it stops. And now put your trigger group in. See that? I don't know if we're going to be able to get a good enough angle, but I don't know if you can see it through the center, but it's in there. It's coming right through the center. So we're good there. Now we're going to want to take the receiver pins, these 2 pins here, give these a light coat of oil, and we're going to stick them back in. Now what I like to do on this here, you'll feel it grab, you'll feel it hit the... Alright, let me pull this one back out. So I want to tell you what, I want to show you what I'm telling you right now. See the indentation here? You'll feel that grab. When you stick it in there, you'll know when it's seated. So you put your Phillips back in, just start tapping it. Okay, see I hit the first groove, tap it, it'll stop. Boom, perfect. That's seated perfect. Now we'll go to the second one, tap it down in. That's done. I mean, after you do it a few times and it gets repetitious, you'll know right when, you know, okay, it's seated, enough is enough, it's done. Okay, so now, here's our little bolt lever. Now that just pushes back in and attaches. No problem, that's done. Now, we'll take our spring for a gas operated cylinder. That's going to go back on. Take our gas cylinder, stick that on. Push your button, get the bolt to slide back a little bit. Alright, you know what? Let's throw the barrel on. We'll do a complete install here. None of this stuff is oiled yet. This is just for demonstration purposes only. Now to put your barrel in, you're gonna have to cycle your action back. So push that back so your barrel goes in. Now we're gonna take our forearm, open this back up. That's why I love this gun. It's so easy to take down. Slide your forearm in. Okay, that's that. Lock it down. It's back together. Get a complete gun. Now, what we're going to do here is push the button. I'm not going to let it slam forward. I don't like doing that. Let it close. And you hear it fired properly. I should have had my snap cap in there, but you know, once or twice isn't going to hurt anything. So that's the basics to a semi-auto shotgun. That's the part 2 of the video, guys. I mean, there's really not much else to say about it. There's not a whole hell of a lot. It's pretty straightforward. There's really not much you can get hung up on. If you really get stuck, refer to your owner's manual. You can never go wrong there. So, you know, keep that handy with you. If you get stuck, refer to the owner's manual. Go on YouTube. There's plenty of people on here doing videos. You know, I'm not a gun expert, but with shotguns, I'm pretty good. You know, because I shoot them enough, and I'm around a bunch of different kinds. So, that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for the Browning Maxus. But like I said, you know, all the steps that we did here apply to most of your semi-auto shotguns. So it's not just for the Browning Maxus, you know, what we did here. Most of your semi-autos, they're all the same. The real only difference on this one, you know, the new gas cylinder they use and the way that this forearm comes off. Your traditional one has a magazine tube cap right here, where this one has a nice button with a lever like a over-under. Which is, it's really nice though. It's really quick. You push it, pop the forearm off, boom, the gun's apart. So, like I said, guys, there's not a whole hell of a lot to it. It's just, you know, take your time, don't rush anything, and you know, have fun doing it. You know, it's a learning curve. So that's it for part 2 to the cleaning a semi-auto shotgun. Okay, guys, I hope this part 2 video wasn't too rushed or botched up, but you know, I think I did an alright job on explaining it. And like I said, this is for any semi-auto shotgun. Most of your parts inside of it, they're all the same on all the shotguns. A couple little minor differences with the Browning Maxus, but nothing major. You know, it's just minor updates. You know, as things get more advanced, they come out with little ways to make things better, but it's pretty much straightforward. It's like any other semi-auto. So hopefully this helped you guys out. As always, questions and comments below. Thanks for watching the Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy.